Hi, what's up, y'all? We here for a live stream. We're gonna get started. Yes. All right. So the first thing we're gonna do is we look at Forex Factory to see what type of red news we have for the day. And as you can see, we don't have any red news at all, right? So we're good to look for trades. But before we look for trades, we're gonna go into my accounts. This is my one of my funded accounts right here. Still in drawdown. We gotta work our way up, following the rules. Did a lot of reviews, so we're gonna just follow the process. Other account right here, and in drawdown as well, not as bad as the other one, but we're gonna do the same process. So that's my accounts right here, and we're gonna come over here and start analyzing the charts. The JPY has been pushing heavily bullish recently right here. Uh, there might be a potential something here on the lower time frames for potential buys. Like, yeah, I think USD JPY may start to make a bullish potential run. We're starting to make put in these lows right here. Lows are going higher right here. Price is breaking up on the daily. Um, it could do something like this where it breaks down, but for now, the lower time frames is holding up what price is potentially trying to do. So that's just something I'm gonna keep in mind. We are moving nice. We're all actually in a nice spot as well. So we flushed here, we paused, we're pausing again. Yeah, this actually looks perfect. It's actually in a great spot right now to look for opportunities. So what I'm gonna do right here is I'm gonna actually highlight this whole area right here. And this is where I'm gonna look for potential opportunities to take some trades right here. So yeah, this actually looks very clean for me. So what I'm gonna be waiting for right here is for price to basically push up, break right here, pause, and then I'll set up buy stop. This looks extremely good in my eyes. Yeah, extremely good. Definitely interested in that. Um, what I can do as well is let me double check my trade copiers are connected because you always want to make sure you're prepared. So right now I'm just about to connect these trade, make sure they're connected. Connected, connected. Okay, here, yeah, everything is on. All right, so everything looks good. Yeah, everything looks good in terms of um, This is a little too confusing. Let me do it on here. Sure. Yeah, I can't. I'm already logged in. Damn. Let me see something. Man, this dog. I'm trying to see what this is. All right. Price is moving above right here, so I'm gonna I could prepare something over here. All right. So everything looks fine. So the reason why I like this area is because we're starting the stage one right here, and potentially if price gets set up around this area where we see the 20s moving sideways, indicating a stage one, and we know after stage one we can expect the expansion phase out of it. And then we have to keep in mind where is it happening? We're happening on a higher time frame area on the 30-minute right here, pausing on the 10 and 20. So this looks extremely clear for a potential setup right here because we had the first accumulation right here where price moved up. We paused against the 10 and 20 right here, came up, paused, came up. So we're at the third one. Yeah. That's basically what I see with this analysis right here. Oh yeah, so I'm gonna quickly analyze the other pairs as well, but make sure I'm keeping an eye on USD JPY. So let me see what's going on with yeah, US 30 is nice right here. Context time frame, we're moving nice, we flushed, pushed up, paused against the MAs, came up right here on the context. Validation, we flushed, came up, paused, came up, paused. It's in a good area as well for potential opportunities. Yeah, this one actually printed a nice opportunity right here where it flushed, came up, paused right on there. Next candle pushed up. Yeah, a lot of the markets is showing nice bullish section. Your USD not ready. Let me go back to USD JPY so I can make sure it doesn't set up while I'm analyzing. Okay, so gold doesn't look good as of right now because we just had this alignment with time frames. Overall, we are bullish on this. Just staying out of the short-term bearish price action. And yeah, nothing much. My only job as a trader is just to show up and analyze. And that's what we have here. Just showing up and analyzing. On USD Sage F, uh, we're still moving lower overall on this higher time frame. So honestly, this short-term bearish price action right here, I'll probably ignore it because price is most likely the orders are showing lower price action overall. So I just want to get involved where most of the money is going. USD CAD, let me see what the high time frame is telling me. USD CAD, I feel like it's more bullish. The story has changed. Recently, we went short-term bearish on the daily, but then we just started to shift up. If you notice right here, if you look at it from a longer term perspective, this is probably making a bullish leg. So low, high, low, high. We can even go on a weekly to see some clarity in terms of the bullish structures right here. So that being said, what we have here is price on a daily. We started at stage one, went up right here. That shows us some type of sign. Let's put this up here. I'll make sure I keep on watching the USD JPY. All right. So what we have here on the higher time frame is, ooh, this looks extremely clean. Price flushed, came up, paused against the 10 right here, then ended up pushing up. That shows me prices in a clear context for my system. What we have here is we flushed, we came up, we paused, came up, paused again, and we're looking like we could potentially pause again on the MAs. Let's see. Was there any opportunities in here as well? This was out of session, but if I just look at it right here, there was some opportunities right here as price ended up pausing right here. Yeah, that was the only area. The 20 was moving sideways right here in this area and yeah, so that was an example right here. So I actually like how USD CAD looks for buys. So I'm gonna put that in green. Definitely gonna be watching that. Yeah, all of them are practically setting up, even US 30 right now. So I'm gonna keep my eye on US 30, USD JPY. Whichever one really sets up first is gonna be the one I'm using. Yeah. Um, yeah, like I said, I think I already analyzed Bitcoin. Did I? No, I didn't analyze Bitcoin actually. Bitcoin had its nice run, and if you remember last week, I said I wanted to stop watching price around this area. I was expecting price to make a um a flush, then move up. So from these points right here, instead of making the flush, we just ended up chopping. But it's still like the same type of movement. I expect price to flush down because of the angle price is doing. It's just consolidating at that 50. If price wanted to push up higher from this area, it would have just bounced and pushed up high with momentum. So yeah, Bitcoin right now is not ready for me personally. You have to learn how to stay out of price action as a trader. That's what I'm expecting. Nothing more, nothing less. And yeah, I'm gonna just eye out the ones I have on my watch list to see what we can potentially do for the day. The reason why I like eyeing multiple peers is just in case one doesn't set up cleanly, I can look at the other. And it's not like I'm sitting here trying to trade everything. There's a specific process that goes into my analysis before I even decided to take a trade. So yeah, I'm a US 30 looks like it could set up first. US 30 and USD JPY. Anything can happen. Honestly, USD JPY looks better because it actually built some type of sideways movement already. Starting to build some sideways movement. It would be harder for me to enter some setups with on the US 31. What I could do is also watch USD JPY from my phone while I'm looking at US 30 so I can see which one sets up the best first. Then we had USD CAD, but that one is all the way up here, so nothing to worry about right now. Yeah, I could actually prepare something. Yeah, I could definitely just prepare something. So potentially, we got a minute, 2 minutes about left before this candle close. So I want to see price to break above this 20, which is the red. Stops would be somewhere right here. Okay, so price ended up closing above, so I just need price to pause rejecting. So I don't want it to get above this high. So I'm gonna prepare all these orders. 42, 301, 40. All right, it took out that high, so I got to do a little bit more waiting. And as long as the MAs like doesn't really like if the 20 starts to point upwards and price is a little bit too far, then I know it's a bit too high for me because price is out of that stage. One, so I would just have to wait for price to reset, reflush, it, set up sideways. There we go. price is moving higher. It's still good because we were just preparing the entry. 42, 318, 72. Six, seven. So I need that candle to pause. It looks like price may, yeah, price just looks like it's gonna take out that high. Yeah, it ended up taking out that high. So what I'm gonna do is, let me see. It still looks like it could set up if we pause. Yeah, my six. Hold on, y'all. Against the enemies. Okay. Just getting it prepared. 42, 322, 24. 42, 322, 24. 1. wait, 286, 2, 3. All right. Yeah, everything looks fine right here. 2, 8, 2, 2, 4, 3. Here. So let me double check. Everything is set up. I'm risking smaller for this one because I'm gonna try to build this one back up. So what I need is for price to pause within this 5 minutes, so not take out this candle's high. I also want to pay attention to how this 20 is moving, this red line. So looks like it's gonna end up flying without me. We just have to see what happens in this 4 minutes. Yeah, price ended up taking out that high. It could still reset up, but it could still, yeah, it could still reset up. The 20 is still practically moving sideways. It's not too far. As long as we don't pump too much where the 20 is starting to rise up, because at that point, showing that the move has already happened and we're a little bit late to the move. So I'm gonna adjust everything right here and prepare it. So let's just adjust that right here. Patience is key. That's all it is, patience. I don't know where my ATR went, but yeah, I can see it on my phone. I ain't gonna trip. Yeah, right now, let's see what's going on. I mean, if price ends up pausing, it will start to move sideways again. I'm gonna observe it though. Yeah, I can see it. Like if price made a pause, this 20 will start to level out even more. So this still like a great area. I'm gonna still prepare. Let me see. All right, so price ended up just moving without me right here. What I do see here is prices leveling out. Let's see how this candle closes right here. We made an overall high, but we did long time frame. The 20 is moving sideways, showing that there's a stage one happening, right? That's that sideways moving action. And we're just expecting the expansion. So that sideways moving action is happening near that 10, which is a good area for price to get back up. So meantime, so that I still do see some clarity in it. So yeah, I do see some clarity in it. USD JPY here. If we look at USD JPY here, it still looks good. It's still at a good area where we can see price get bought back up. So yeah, I'm just waiting for the same thing. It's all about patience. We didn't take no trades here, and even though we was expecting a move to happen from this area, we didn't take no trades. Now it's just to wait for a potential setup to happen. Because now this area is valid because it took out this low, and it looks like it's gonna close below that 20. So let's actually look at USD CAD real quick because we said that was ooh, this looks good. This all right. So USD CAD looks extremely good right here. We came down. We're pausing. What I would say is I would wait for this candle to print because as you can see right here on the higher time frame, we have this high right here. We need at least one more candle that prints before taking out this high. On top of that, we're pausing on the 10. Look how clean this looks in terms of on the price action. It's just a clean move to this 50. And if it could set something up, I'll be definitely happy with taking that. So now it's just a waiting game of seeing what is gonna set up first in the most clean way possible. like the movement so far. US 30 again. See what USD JPY. It's gonna take a bit more time to get bought up right here, but currently at the moment, US 30 is getting a bit bought up. We can take a look at it. We can just eye it. That's what you gotta understand. Just because I'm showing up to the markets doesn't mean I'm gonna actually get an actual trade today. Just prepare it. Is my ATR. All right. So let me get it prepared. 48, 90. Something like this seems good to me. Look at my phone so I can prepare it. Okay, we got the pause I was looking for. Price immediately took out the high though. Still moving sideways. It took out the high. I'm gonna prepare an order just above. It wants to potentially set up just above this area. 48. Okay, that looks good for a stop. Okay, price is going a little bit higher. 20 is still moving sideways. 20 is still moving sideways. Okay, if we can get one more candle that pauses before taking out the high and it doesn't break back through that 20, then I'll set the buy stop on here. Because what I see here is we have price moving sideways. The MAs, the 20s moving sideways as well, showing that it's in the stage one. And that buy stop is for the potential of the stage two to come out of this move based on where it's happening. So let's see if we even get that. It's 4 minutes. Just waiting to see how it closes. So we got 2 minutes before I can decide to see what it's doing. So we got 45 seconds left to see what we're gonna do. All right, 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, One. Okay. So there's no need to even place an order. I didn't even get to place an order because my rules weren't even met. Okay, so what am I gonna do right now? I'm gonna check over the other pairs real quick. Wow, USD JPY could set up. Yeah, I didn't expect it to be. Wow, even USD CAD could set up. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna look at US 30. I like how and USD CAD has 10 minutes to close. It's in a good area though, and USD JPY looks good as well. I'm gonna pick one of those. It's gonna be easier to trade either way because I got a trade copier. So, oh yeah, 20's moving sideways. The 20's moving sideways. If we can get the next candle to pause, that would be really, really good for me. Either one of these. I just know this one has to wait like 9 more minutes before setting up. This one can set up now, anytime. Well, technically they can both set up at the same time. No, actually not. This one is gonna take 9 minutes. Yeah, they would set up at the same time. This one would have to wait for this candle to close before even looking for an opportunity. Yo, they both look good in my eyes. That's what I see. And they both can set up good. Okay, baby pips. Platform. This is what I'm gonna do. Whichever one like really sets up first, I'll pick it. But it doesn't matter which one I take first because they both look clean in my eyes. I'm gonna start with I'm gonna start with USD JPY. So I'm gonna prepare something above 20s moving sideways. I need the next candle to pause so it can the 20 can level out a little bit more. 11 option would be something like this. Let me see. It's about yeah, it still looks good if it can pause. It's moving higher, moving higher. Just want to see what that 20 does. Let's see what USD CAD doing. Hmm. What I can do that I could leave that on, and then I'm gonna do this. This one can set up good too, so I'm gonna prepare this one. I'm gonna prepare this one. Yeah, I'm gonna prepare this order right here. Yeah, I'm gonna take. I'm gonna prepare this one instead. Uh, okay, price ended up taking out that high right there. So in the meantime, since I know I gotta wait for this, I'm gonna quickly go over here. Yeah, this one's still setting up. I'm gonna take USD JPY instead. So that's how I'm gonna do it. USD JPY because it's setting up right here. Uh, so, just preparing my order over here. 148, 152. All right, so got 2 minutes left. Still moving a bit sideways right here to 20. Still looks good. Got a minute left. All right, I'm about to place the order right now. All right, so I just placed the order. Let me see. Pending order. Yeah. is set. So let's see if we can get tagged in. So I get tagged into the trade. So what I'm gonna do right here is I'm gonna screenshot the images because this is what I put into my journal. And then we're gonna just follow the rules. Follow our rules. That's all we can do. Okay. And I'll input that in my journal after. So far, price moving nicely. And simply, we're just gonna break even at a 1-to-1. Get that 1-to-1 move, we can break even this trade. So the edge just really lies with just quick break evens and just letting the profits run potentially. Okay, we got 10 seconds. Nothing major really happened, so we're just holding on to the trade. This is the long game that we play when we take trades in real time. You just got to be patient for it, whatever you're waiting for. Because by now, if I was back testing this would have been done. I would have been known the result already. If y'all could see the P&L is in the corner, by the way, y'all. I'm just trying to at least manage this trade first before I look at it. Okay, it's pushing up. So you can clearly see a stage two is potentially happening because the 20 is starting to rise up. So that's like an example of this. Like previously, I would have took like an entry like this, like based on my test, and now I wouldn't even take an entry like this because of the move already happened right here. So it can like do that, and it can easily snap back. But because I had a good area where the stage point is, it could potentially keep me in, even if it does do that snapback. But all right, so this trade is at break even, risk free. So let's see. Now we have our rules, and our rules is just to hold the full position until price breaks the 10. Or one thing we can also do as well is if there's a large momentum that just suddenly comes into the market, and then the market is extremely extended. Let's say the EMA is right here, price extends right here. I could trail my stop with the individual candle lows because that shows huge momentum. Like an example is this huge candle right here. The EMA's was likely to be lagging right here. So that's another thing to keep in mind as well. Oh, I'm closing this one right here. I wanted the $500 days. All right, I wanted the $500 days right here. Yeah. So I just closed this position from my challenge right here. Got a $500 day right here. Give me back up, and this was that trade right here. Just a quick one-to-one right there. All right, so I was just recording. I was just recording that part for my challenge series that I took a one-to-one. Almost forgot I was closing it early at that one-to-one. And let's just see if this tags me out at break even. So the whole purpose of this is to my trading strategy. Most of my trades are going to be break evens, some losses, and it's just that what helps me with that is just smoothens my equity curve. Even though mine right now looks really terrible right now, so I'm working on it. But it's supposed to smoothen my equity curve. So when I'm in drawdown, all I'm taking is like I'm saving a lot of losses through break evens, taking natural losses as well. And then when those winners do want to come, because most of the winners, when they do come, they just want to run and run and run and not come back. That's what you're gonna notice with the characteristics. So it looks like this is gonna tag out at break even right here. So let's watch that. And then we can record the images after it tags us out at break even. There we go. Perfect. So that trade just stopped us out at break even. Rules. Rules are the best thing you can have. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the images of the entry time frame, validation, and now I simply don't care what it does after. I don't care whether it wants to go up, chop around, or do whatever, because I simply have rules. An example of this is like if we go to, did I take, wait, let me make sure I took out, all right, I took all the images. We can also take something of this higher time frame as well. You can keep in mind because the daily was just starting to move like that. So one thing we can say as well, like if we go to my back test, because I constantly back test because I look to improve and everything. So an example of this is what was I talking about? Yeah, most of the trades are just gonna be break evens. Like example, break even, break even. Yeah, most of them are just going to be break evens, and that's what I'm looking for to smoothen my equity curve like that. So, what am I planning on doing? Am I going to revenge trade because whole price stopped me out, and now it's what is it doing? It's rejecting upwards. Oh man, no, I'm not gonna do that. Instead, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look for potential new opportunities. So not this. I wouldn't take this entry up here, even though it's pausing. And the reason why I wouldn't take it is take a look at the 10. It's already sloping higher. So this is a different type of entry opportunity because price is currently in a fractal stage two. So what would I want? I would want price to come down, if it can build up something more where it's pausing a bit more to 20 starting to move sideways, then that entry would be very good for me. But right now I'm gonna ignore price action. I'm gonna look at the other markets because I do remember there were some potential opportunities that's happening like right now. But yo, USD CAD right here is setting up nicely right here. I'm actually gonna take this entry. All right, yeah, I'm gonna take this entry right here. Let me hurry up. USD CAD 5.7. USD CAD. USD CAD. Trying to hurry up. 1.39965. 1.399. All right, I set up a buy stop for this right here because it started. It's looking clean. Let me show y'all right there, and you can see basically the same thing. We moved down to this 50, we impulsed up, we paused, it's rejecting off of that 20, the 20's moving sideways, so it's showing like a stage one, looking for a potential stage two to make a move out of it. So yeah, this is gonna be the second entry. I only took a break even today. Potential entry at least. So we're gonna see if this ends up tagging me in for another opportunity. And then we could put that last trade. I'm gonna put it in after the stream. So that last trade, I really like that setup. Where is it? Did I delete my entry? So yeah, last trade it looks similar. You know, we tagged in right here, stopped out at break even. Now we're seeing it if price wants to get us in for another opportunity here. So just notice how I don't care whether the trade stops me out at break even, does whatever, because that's all a part of the game. It's all part of the game. But yeah, and US 30. So notice how we came into the session, we analyzed, we had our four markets. I was looking at US 30 first. US 30 ended up not setting up. Then I ended up moving to USD JPY. It ended up setting up, and it looks like it's gonna push higher after taking me out break even. But it doesn't matter because you gotta remember that your setup is gonna happen all the time. You just gotta be patient for it. You had the patience during your back testing, so it's all about just implementing it, whether you're on your demo phase or a challenge phase or whatever. The patience. Okay, it's almost there to my entry. While this is doing what it's doing, I'm gonna just take a quick look at USD JPY to see if it wants to reset up something, just in case. Just making sure I don't miss any opportunities. Yeah, USD JPY looks too high. I wouldn't even get in for a re-entry because it's showing the stage two already happened over here clearly. Okay, USD CAD, what is it doing? Just waiting patiently. So far, price still looks good. Still just waiting. As you can see, price is still looking good because the 20 is starting to move sideways. It hasn't rebroken the 20. Let's see what USD JPY still isn't quite ready to reset up. It could. It's probably gonna take a few more candles, but once this 20 starts to move sideways as well, if it can do that with this pause, then this entry would be nice because at that point it's showing me this like a stage one. So stage one is just consolidation. Stage two, stage one, or potential stage two higher. So I would just wait a little bit longer if I was to look at USD JPY. So I'm just analyzing these other pairs just in case USD CAD doesn't do what I expect exactly. Um then US 30, oh US 30 still looks, that's a yeah, US 30 still looks clear in terms of what we're having with the movement where we flashed pausing once, twice. I will consider this whole thing number two in the cycle. So yeah, US 30 could still set up, so I'm just keeping that in mind as well. Let me see what's going on here. We have 45 seconds. So let me just take a look at this. But as you can see, the system is really simple in terms of analyzing what markets, and the execution is pretty simple. Is either you take a loss or break even, and then manage those those winners or huge runners. Yeah, starting to move a bit sideways. I still like USD CAD better. I'm gonna let USD CAD do its thing. And simply, if price ends up failing, there's two things it can do if it fails. If it fails, you can do this where we refill down and then we make a setup down here, which would be like a better price point entry. It'll still show us a stage one because the 20 will still be moving sideways for entry. Or it can do this where it ends up failing down and then I don't even get an entry in the first place. I want to see how that candle closes. Just got 2 minutes. One thing you got to understand is patience. You can start patience now by actually just starting. Um, it may sound obvious, but if you never actually try to implement the patience, if um, then you're not gonna go anywhere. So it's like even if you're on that demo testing phase after your back testing phase, if you're not gonna implement the patience on the demo testing, you're not moving forward. So it all starts by actually just doing it, and then it's the small little actions. The more you do it, the better you get at it. So the more you get used to being patient, the more that's just going to be a part of your trading routine. But the more you do these psychological mistakes, because most people know that they're doing psychological mistakes. So the more you do it knowingly, is the more it's going to become a habit because you're getting used to that one thing. Anything you do. So let me cancel this order real quick. Okay, I just canceled the order. So anything you do repeatedly over time, it's gonna become a habit. So I always talk about example like with school, like when we all went to school and stuff like that. If you're still in high school, when the school year just starts, you are forced to wake up early. It's hard at first, but the more you do it, the easier it becomes throughout the whole school year. But the moment you stop, and that's usually during like some type of break, where it's on spring break, winter break, summer break. The moment you stop, because most people don't wake up early during these breaks, is the moment it gets hard again when you try again. So it's all about just doing it. So I've been for in terms of my rules, I've been staying disciplined and following my rules for years since 2022, late 2022, following my rules. So of course, when I test something and I look at it and I'll be like, oh, I want to add that. I'm definitely gonna follow the rules for it because I'm so used to following my rules for so long. So if you haven't started, it's best to do it right now because by the time it's 2026, 2027, because of the work you did now, you're gonna thank yourself later. So you want to do the hard now so it can be easier later. Don't put it off, basically. So that's just a quick thing. So that ended up failing, and USDJPY did exactly what I wanted it to do. So look, I'm glad I followed my rules. See, this is an example right here. I followed my rules, and it saved me a loss right here. This is an example right here. Rules right here. These are my personal rules. Rules right here save you losses. Each one of these break evens that I took saved me a loss. There's some outliers where a break even happened and then it went in my direction, but it's just an example right here. So what would I want to see for USD JPY in order to get involved again is if we can reset something up right here, like how it's doing now, like it pushes up, pauses, as this 20 is moving sideways, I can re-enter a trade because this is showing me that it's in a stage one for potential stage two. And this isn't any type of stage one, a consolidation. This consolidation is happening at a 10, which can show you that price wants to push higher, basically. Yeah, so that's what I'm waiting for. Quick little tip about just discipline. USD CAD can still set up too, right here. And US30. This is what happened earlier too. All three of the markets that I was watching were potentially setting up at the same time. So I'm just gonna pick the one that sets up first and looks the cleanest. So far, USD CAD is moving in line. USD JPY is still stuck right here. US30 is moving in line. I'm gonna pick USD CAD because it's easier to trade it. Because with US30, I can't use a trade copier for real because of the different prices. So it's easier with USD CAD. So yeah, if we can close there, then pause with the next candle. Definitely set a buy stop. So I'm gonna prepare my orders. I'll prepare my entry basically. Okay, where the ATR at? 1 to 1 would be right here, around there. Yeah, it's potentially good if price could set up like that. And you always just want to be just focusing on getting better. Just focusing on getting better. Constantly on test. If you want to add something, test. That's what I do. If I ever want to add something into my trading, I test it. Okay, so I'm gonna set this up right here. All right, 878. So I don't got my orders set here. I'm waiting for this candle to close before taking out this high right here. All right, price ended up taking out the high, so I gotta wait again. So I gotta wait for this candle to print and then another candle to print after. And we have to keep our eyes on this 20 right here. I don't want it to move too far, showing that it's out of the stage one. 51. What's the ATR? 51. That's a good stop. Okay, this is where the high is. Okay, it's moving up higher, moving up higher. Let's just take a quick look while that's moving. Let's take a quick look at what US30. Wow, this looks extremely clean. Both of them looks extremely clean. I'm gonna still go with USD CAD, but if it ends up moving out, I'm gonna look at the other two ones. But definitely US30 looks good too. it's very rare for me to have like, I mean, most of the markets haven't been good, but it's very rare for me to have so many markets setting up at the exact same time. But just know that I always have to keep that in the back of my head that multiple markets that are setting up at the same exact time. So it's about what I do as well. So I already know I'm not gonna trade all of them at the same time. That's gonna be too much risk. Still looks good. Yeah, that's good right there. Okay. There we go. So I just want another candle to pause after that. So this is what I'm gonna do. If the next candle after that takes out this high immediately, I'm gonna look at the other markets that are setting up. So it took out that high. So in the meantime, okay, that one took out the high as well. What about this one? So US 30 so far hasn't taken out the high. So what I'm gonna do right here is actually prepare some orders for here instead. So let me be fast with it. Uh, I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna go with US 30 because the ATR is like the stop for the ATR is extremely big. That means it's very volatile right now. So I'm not gonna enter that one. Either way, it took out the high. I want this number to get lowered a little bit. This already started its move so far. If it can repause and make the 20 start to level out, I'll start to look for USD CAD already. But right now, this is showing me stage two. Unless we can repop down and have this move sideways. So far, the best looking one right now is USD JPY. We have the 20 moving sideways as we came back down from this area. So if we can pause with the next candle, I'll be happy to take a buy stop above that high. So that's just my thought process as I'm walking y'all through this. Definitely looks good. So I'm gonna prepare an order. So just I want y'all to count. Y'all should count how many times I say I'm gonna prepare an order just for me to cancel the order. That's what trading is about. It's about just finding the opportunities, and when the opportunity isn't there, you just cancel it. There's nothing more to it. Let me see. So the 20 is starting to rise up. Um, what I do want to see if the next candle prints, it could start to level out a little bit more if the next candle can pause. So what I'm basically doing is I'm using what I know about the MAs and price. So whenever price is moving in sideways in the stage one, the MAs will start to move sideways. And an expansion that when price is ready to make an expansion, the MAs will start to move upwards like that. And And we know that after the fact, the MAs move upwards with price, the MAs move sideways as price consolidates. But we have to think about the context of the market, what the story is telling us. And that's why I use most of the time frames, because where is that moment in time happening? That moment in time is happening on this 10 EMA. So that's what I mean by context on where you're entering price. Because I don't know if this exact movement is going to happen, but it's a probability game on whether this movement will happen. On top of that, it's all about managing your risk as well. Because you can protect your downside and increase your upside through ways of management like break even, um, trailing stops and stuff like that. So price ended up moving higher right here. So me personally, I wouldn't even if it sets up here, I wouldn't take any trades because it's way too high for me. Look at the on 20, the 20 is just lagging right here. It's all the way behind here. So instead, what I would wait for is if price can come back down, right? And if it can move sideways, like the 20 starts to move sideways again, then I could take a look at what's going on in this area. But right now, nothing to do. Nothing to do for here. The only thing that can make me watch on USD CAD again is so we didn't take out this overall high. So what I would want for price to do is if it could come back down, the 20 starts to move sideways again and it resets up, then definitely I would take a trade. What's going on over here? The 20 is moving sideways. It could US 30 could still set something up, but I just don't like how volatile it is right now because my stops would have to be so big. Let me see what is it looking like? 57. Okay, it's 57. Yeah, my stops would be so big right now. Then a 1-to-1 would be right here. And it isn't too bad. Let me see. 1-to-1 is right there. It isn't too bad. 1 to 3, 1 to 2. Actually, isn't too bad now that I'm looking at it. So I'm gonna prepare some orders. The 20 is starting to move sideways. So I'm gonna okay. I gotta do it separately. What was that sound? I ain't take no trades. That sound kind of scared me. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, yo, I ain't take no trades. Trying to hurry up and get these orders. This one is a little bit bigger. I'm doing a very small risk on this one, so I can save this account. All right. Yeah, everything looks good. Let's pause in the 20s moving sideways right here. So I'll actually be happy to take trade above that high. Let's see, is it gonna re-break back down? Let's see, we got a minute left. Got 30 seconds left. All right, so most likely we're just gonna close down here because we only got a few seconds left. I didn't set any orders. I was preparing them, but I didn't actually set anything up. So you can consider that like a canceled order. You can consider that canceled trade idea. It could still reset up around this area. You can see that it still looks clean in terms of where it's at. You can see where it's really clean in terms of where it's setting at. So yeah, I basically just wanted to reset up right here. Looks good. Let me take a look at the other markets real quick. Uh, let's see. USD CAD, you can see what I'm talking about specifically right here. Like even though it's creating a setup just before the high, like if you looked at my streams previously, I probably would have took something like this, but that 20s was where is it? You can see it. The 20 is most likely gonna snap back to that. Yeah. Okay. It's setting up. Let me see what's going. Yeah, it is setting up. So what I see here, let me actually let me take this. Yeah, the 20 is moving sideways. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove my dog after I set an order. I'm gonna let him make me miss a trade. 12. There we go. I'll do something like that because it's moving sideways right there. USD JPY. I'll put it a little bit higher like that. Like that makes sense to me. Yeah. Set something up. USD JPY. 148.344. All right, so I ended up setting a buy stop above the high, as you can see, and as you can see right here, there's a buy stop above the high. The reason being is I've been saying this multiple times, but so y'all can see it clearly. That's what I basically see as stage one for potential stage two. I don't want it to re-break. I don't want it to re-break the 20. I don't want it to re-break the 20. So I'm just gonna watch it. All right. And then I'm gonna cancel my order. Let me cancel it. Then let me show you all that I canceled the order right here. Canceled, canceled, and we're just gonna wait some more. You can end up resetting back up in this area because we're still moving in this stage one, so we could still potentially move higher. So what I'm basically doing each time there's a stage one, I automatically assume that stage one is for the purpose of accumulation instead of distribution. What is accumulation? It just means that price is marking up. Distribution just means price is just marking down, basically. So, and because of the context of the overall market, I'm automatically assuming whenever this happens, it's for the purpose of higher prices. That's how I basically view the market. I'm gonna look at the other ones again to see if they're doing something worthwhile. Still nothing. It's starting to move sideways a bit, but I don't like how far it is from that where is it? From that 20. I mean, it's coming closer, moving sideways a bit. I'll give it some time to move sideways a little bit more. And if it does move sideways a little bit more, then this higher entry would actually be valid because then it would be moving like this. But I'm gonna give it some time. It was all of that. Then we had US 30 still in a good area, but it still needs a little bit more time right now. I'm just watching them. Keep my eyes on USD JPY. Is it gonna make it a move or back above? Pushing higher. So I'm just keeping my eye on what this candle is trying to do right here. one thing I like about testing and journaling is when you journaling as well, you're able to notice things based on experience. Because you ever had a time where you're on the charts and you're noticing something particular and you want to add it to your trading instead of just um instead of just trading it blindly the next time you see it on the charts, you're looking in your journal, you see how many times that happened, and you're gonna actually back test that certain thing to see if it makes sense to add it. So that's basically how you can add certain things to your trading is by looking back at your past results and back testing it to see if it makes sense to even add it. Okay, close back down. Let's take a look at the other markets. Still nothing. Still still moving. Still not sideways enough for me. Yeah, because it's like pointing higher. Because when the MAs are pointing higher like that, that shows like a stage two, which is the markup, the accumulation. There's so many ways to call it. It doesn't matter what name you really call it. It just matters of what price action is doing itself. Okay, let's see. Let's set something up over here. Same process. I'm just paying attention to what this candle is doing. In the meantime, I'm also just take a look at the other ones as well. Anything can happen to change what it's doing. Okay. Got 2 minutes left. I don't know why my ATR always disappears. And then it says I don't have enough indicators as my ATR back up here. All right, I'm gonna start preparing some orders. So just in case, we break this 20 and we end up pausing. This is perfect so far. All right, let's see what that next candle does. Okay, it immediately came above. So it's just a waiting game now. Just a waiting game. So yeah, I'm just preparing the order still. Uh, that looks potentially good if we can get that pause after. Type this in. Is hope y'all can see like the boring process when it comes to actually trading. Okay, it's re-breaking down so far. You got 3 minutes so far. Trying to see if it's still valid. Because we also have this low right here. There's two invalidation points for me to not set up this order. If price ends up taking out this low right here, or if it ends up breaking this 20 like I talked about, then that would be good reason for me to cancel the order. So I'm just seeing what price is doing. In the meantime, I'm gonna take another look at the other market real quick. It was USD CAD. Still not interested in it. 20 is still pointing upwards. I need it to start to level out to potentially go higher. And the US 30, not watching it right now. It's still in a good area. It could reset up, right here. It could reset up, but it's not proven anything. So simply, where's my path tool? Yeah, simply if we can just make that move right here, and I buy stop the high to continue this overall movement. Yeah. Let's see what it's doing so far. Yeah, and it ended up re taking out this low right here. So that just violated the structure. The area still looks good for setups. We're still building out this stage one, which is what I like to see. As you can see, prices is moving sideways in this area. It's building out even more. I'm just waiting for price to make that another move. So if we can re-break that 20 again upwards, pause nicely as we reject. I'll set the buy stop. Same thing, same process. Yeah. So what I see here is we have a move up. If price can actually, we got this high, we got this low from this high. Nah, actually we don't. We don't have an actual low to the high. Wanted to see some clarity. As long as you can have rules that keep you out of price action, that's gonna be the best thing for you as well. Like rules that only only tell you to execute when it's like in the best possible moments for that system. I probably canceled some orders. I probably canceled at least 5 orders today. 5 times that I was expecting price to set up, but it didn't set up. And it's almost time for me to hop off the charts. But the reason why I am staying on is because we're on the 5 minute chart right now, so we could still set something up soon. If I was still waiting on a higher time frame for price to look more clear, like on the 30 minute, then I will hop off because each one of these candles is 30 minutes. But it's the fact that we're already waiting for confirmations at this area. Meantime, I'm gonna do the same process. Look at the other markets. I'm just looking at it every few minutes. So USD CAD, it took out that overall high. So me personally, I wouldn't be watching it during this session anymore because it's gonna by the time it sets up, it's gonna be way past 12, which I'm gonna be off the charts by then. And the reason why is because like if we look at this higher time frame right here in terms of what we was looking on, so we saw the flush right here, which is price coming under all the MAs, and usually we expect the 4 to 5 breaks of structure that pauses against the 10 and 20 as it pushes upwards. We had the first one right here. We had the second one. We had the third one that paused against the MAs, which is where we hop down on the lower time frame for confirmations. Um, there was not no type of confirmations at all in this area. You could see that we didn't get the pause that we needed before taking a buy stop. It ended up refilling, and at this point, you can you could say that, oh, I could have took the trade right here, but me personally, I wouldn't take this trade because price is showing that it's already in the expansion phase, so it's already showing that I'm late to the move, basically. Where's my box? My rectangle. You can see it's showing that it's already late to the move because of how the 10, I mean not the 10 but the 20 was already pointing upwards. It wasn't moving sideways. So that's why I stayed out of this price action. This price action, keep in mind this price action what the hell, this price action can still go higher and higher and higher. And the reason why I think the reason why it would it's probably gonna work, it probably would do that as well, is because you just got to keep in mind price action can do anything, or it can just do this where it ends up coming down and then setting something up later on. And why I had so much trouble talking right there, but yeah, I wouldn't all watch USD CAD in this session because it ended up re-breaking that overall high. Then we just still waiting for something here to present itself or something here. Once you start to see these things, it's going to be hard to unsee it because on top of that, well, even though we have an overall stage one happening, so we have that stage two sideways action. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. So there's a fractal version that could potentially happen. So what do I see? within this stage two, this overall consolidation, it could be a mini one. So we have the consolidation right here, have the expansion, have a consolidation, expansion, and that will make up for the overall stage two that's happening out of it. That's what I mean by price is fractal, if that made sense to y'all. Okay, so we're moving higher. Let's see if we can close above. We got 3 minutes. Okay, so what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna actually prepare an order because look, as you can see, the 20 is still moving sideways. It's showing that stage one is still being built, moving higher. And you can set like potential order. Okay, that makes sense for me. If we can also pause, so there's certain things I want to see before even deciding to put this order on. Let me set up this. All right, so we got 8 seconds. It looks like it's going to close above. So we're going to wait for that pause. That's the last final thing. And as long as it doesn't re-break that 20, then I'll be happy to place the order above it. Just you remove the 10 so I can see some clarity with what the MAs are doing. We got 3 minutes. There's 2 minutes left. We got 40 seconds left. Everything still looks good for the order to be set up. 10, 9, 8. All right. And I got the order set up. Just show y'all. See, the order is set up right there. Order is set up right here. And it's the same process. So we're going to see if price rebreaks the 20 or if it wants to tag us in. All right. So the first two things that I'm seeing right now that I'm keeping in mind is this load right here. So same thing like last time. If price ends up getting this taking out this low, then I can cancel this order. Or if price breaks that 20, because the reason why I would cancel by low is is because of this. Let me show y'all. Get my path tool. I'm simply my entries are just from the impulse, the correction, and then I buy stop the high. If price ends up doing something like this where it takes out the low, well, this in this case this low right here, then it's no longer an actual structure, and this is the leg that started that move. Now, if I was buy stopping this overall high, then it would make sense because the leg started from right here, the overall structural leg. But I'm not entering that because of the rebreak of the 20. Maybe if I test, have a separate test where I'm taking trades where it looks like this as long as it's sideways and I get to buy stuff. If that's good, I could test that as well. But right now I don't have that, so I'm not gonna take that. Okay, I thought it was gonna break the 20, but we do have a minute left. Okay, so we have our order still on. We'll see what it does. We have 15 minutes left over here. We're just gonna see what it does around here. All right. But the same thought process. If we take out this low, you already know. Or if we break that 20, same thing. We got 2 minutes left. And it's 11:48 as well. In the meantime, while we're waiting for this minute, the minute is almost done. Yeah, I'm a. So after this minute, what I could do is I'm gonna analyze the other charts for y'all and show y'all why I'm not gonna be trading them or anything. That's how I'm gonna end off the stream because it's most likely I'm not gonna get this entry, so I can get ready to cancel this. Yeah, where are we? Did we take out the low? No, we didn't take out the low right there. Likely gonna close. All right, so I'm canceling the order right now. Let me show y'all that I canceled the order. Okay, as you can see, canceled. As you can see, canceled. Um, what am I gonna be doing now? Honestly, I'm gonna be hopping off the charts. The reason why is if, so since we're on a 5 minute time frame, right? In order for a setup to happen, it'll be I have to make the impulse like this. So let's just assume it made it right now, right? That will probably be at 11:55. Then the pause would be at 12 o'clock. Then if it was to get me an entry, it would be at 12:05. Technically, I could trade it a little bit after. I do have some tests from typically like 8 o'clock to 4 p.m. But the thing is, me personally, I just like to head off the charts right now. I don't want to wait too much because, especially with how price action looks, there's going to be times where I wait a little bit after 12, depending on how the volume looks as well. But USD JPY, we only had one trade, which was a break even, and sometimes that's what you're gonna get for trading. USD CAD uh, completely just went without us. It is what it is. You're gonna have missed trades. You're gonna have that, but there's always gonna be another opportunity. US 30, we was also watching that, but it's still in a good area. It's just that it didn't set up during the session as well. And I wouldn't even be willing to wait on this as well because it could take a little bit of time before even doing this type of movement. So yeah, I'll see y'all tomorrow. I'm gonna show y'all my accounts to show y'all I didn't take any trades outside the stream. And I hope y'all, learned something, even though I didn't take much trades. I hope y'all learned about like just staying patient, following your rules, and how much patience it takes to actually do this trading stuff.